Alright, I'm here today working on my 2004 Mazda 3. I had a check engine light come on and I noticed that the heater wasn't working real well. I went and got it checked out. It turned out the thermostat was bad. This is what the thermostat's going to look like. It's going to come in this complete housing with everything put together. And I got this off of eBay actually. Got a pretty good deal on there. I think it was like 18 bucks or so. And this is the part number. And now in order to locate it, you'll find your oil dipstick here. And if you come down right below it, kind of to the left here, it's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but you can see this hose, the big hose running into it, and then you got the smaller hose right here. And there's like 3 bolts that hold this thing, and it's not a whole lot of room there, but with some smaller ratchets I think it's going to be not too bad to get out. The first thing that I've done, I just put it up on ramps, and I've come over here to the driver's side, and I'll show you there's a spot right here you can see dripping, and there's just a little screw in there sealing that off. I took that out and let some of this coolant out so I don't have coolant just going everywhere when I get started on this. And so that's where I'm at this point, and I'm fixing to just get started taking these hoses loose here and breaking them loose first. Okay, the first thing I've done is I just took this top hose loose here, and I used a pair of small pliers just that they fit in there the best. Now while I was squeezing on the clamp, I also had to utilize a pry bar, and I just come right back into here as I was squeezing on that and just gave it a little push, because these things really stick when they've been setting on there. And I'm probably going to do the same thing on the bottom here. Okay, I've just got the bottom one loose, and again I just used my small pliers here, got a hold of it, give it a little squeeze, and then got right here, you can see this little bolt, and I just kind of give it a little shove with my pry bar. It's just going to make it a lot easier than sitting there trying to twist on it and everything. Okay, I've determined the head on the bolts to be an 8mm, so I just got me a small ratchet with an extension. You can have a couple extensions, whatever you have that's handy for you. There's 2 on the top, and there's 1 on the bottom that you just got to kind of feel around till you get it. Definitely have you one of these magnets so you don't drop the bolts back in there and lose them. The very first thing I did was lost the end of my socket, so I had to fish it out with my magnet. So definitely need one of these. So I'm just going to start taking these bolts out. Once I broke them loose, or get them broke loose, I'm just going to, get them the rest of the way by hand, take the ratchet off. Okay, so I've got all the bolts out. Like I said, I just, kind of got them loose, and then used my magnet to kind of get them the rest of the way so I wasn't dropping them. We're just ready to take it off here, and it's kind of stuck a little bit, and there's going to be a little more fluid coming out here, looks like. So I guess I didn't drain enough. That's alright. Alright, so here's the old one. And you know, you can match it up and kind of make sure. So yeah, if you get a thermostat and it doesn't look like this, and you just got the little thermostat, that's the wrong one, because it's the whole complete housing. And it's, you know, got this little gasket and everything that's made into it, so I guess it really has to be, you know, completely replaced. Alright, so now we're going to work on getting this one put back in. Okay, I'd gotten all the bolts in and my phone died, so I went ahead and I'd already got that hose on there. One of the things I was going to mention when putting this thing back on is going to be the most difficult of it. And like I said, I use my little magnet. I just stick the bolt on the head and just get it fed into the hole. You can kind of, the hardest one's the bottom one, and you can kind of see it over here if you get it at an angle, but it's kind of hard to see. You kind of have to feel it. But anyways, I get them started in the hole with this, and then I'll come back and just kind of hand tighten them with the ratchet. And you don't want to get crazy on torquing these down. If you don't have an inch-pound torque wrench, just, you know, snug it down. Don't get crazy with it. I put these, I didn't know exactly what it was. I put it at 130 inch-pounds is what I went by, just from stuff that I've tightened in the past. It's not a very big bolt, and it's plastic there, so you just don't want to get crazy with it. It'd be hating life in a hurry. Like I said, I got the bottom hose on, and the clamps are a little bit of a pain sometimes to kind of get them. You don't want the clamp to be hitting the hose above it, so you got to kind of turn it. And sometimes what I've done, I'll just put a little bit of WD-40 on the hose. It makes them a lot easier to slide on. So I'm going to go ahead and get that top one on, and we're going to see about getting some fluid put back in this thing. Okay, so I got that top clamp on. Those clamps are a little bit of a pain, as always, but just kind of take your time with it. And I went ahead and refilled the antifreeze, just kind of making sure that it's full, working a little bit of the air out right now. I've checked it for leaks and stuff, and just making sure that everything's sealed up good.